35 days after they last met, Celtic and Rangers are ready to go again, to go at each other. You don't normally have to wait long for another Glasgow derby, although we'll have to see if we have to wait for the next one amid such turbulent times for Rangers Football Club. When these players emerge from the tunnel, they will be hit by a wall of sound, a mighty noise. A rivalry spanning 124 years. So much history. 124 years of heroes and villains. You rarely get one without the other on Derby Day in Glasgow. There are many great derbies in the world of football. There are many great footballing cities, but do any of them do an atmosphere quite like Glasgow? Celtic Park, awash with colour, the colour of green, the colour of blue. The Celtic freshened up their side at Motherwell last week, resting a few. So there are 5 changes from that game. Nobody gets a breather on Derby Day, of course. Fraser Forster, Adam Matthews, Glenn Leuven, Scott Brown and Georgios Samaras all return. Gary Hooper has scored 4 goals in 6 league derbies against Rangers. James Forrest, Thomas Rodner and Key miss out through injury. Rangers in the same side that beat Hearts last week. 19-year-old Rhys McCabe performed admirably on his Old Firm bow at Ibrox last month. Andy Little came on and scored then, but with 4 goals in his last 3 games, he's earned the right to start this time. Skipper Stephen Davis, often influential on these days, is still sidelined. On the Celtic bench, Tony Watt, who marked his debut at Motherwell last week with 2 goals in 3 minutes. On the Rangers bench, Jamie Ness, who's been out since October. He scored a Scottish Cup screamer against Celtic last season. Ali McCoist, rather relieved to have some football to focus on for a change. No Neil Lennon in the dugout though. He completes a 2-game touchline ban, but there could be another ban heading his way soon. Callum Murray takes charge of back-to-back at Old Firm matches. He's shown 9 red cards, 9 in his last 4 Glasgow derbies. We're almost ready for the off, to a backdrop of You'll Never Walk Alone. Strange circumstances may surround this Old Firm game, but it's still going to be the same old crazy contest, David.
Yeah, it certainly is. The backdrop, as you say, is a bit unusual, but it won't affect the football. This 90 minutes will be every bit as intense as we've come to expect. I do tend to agree with Charlie. I think it could be bad-tempered. It could be a long afternoon for the referee, Callum Murray.
Gary Hooper immediately showing interest, but it's collected by Alan McGregor, the most experienced Old Firm campaigner on the pitch. It's his 25th Glasgow derby. Luco has sought out Andy Little. Sterling stuff. Neil Lennon having to watch from the director's box. On by Commons. Samaras chasing, but Edu there first. Lee Wallace now. McCulloch for Whittaker. Assisted by Kyle Bartley at right back. Doran Goyan, the Romanian, and here's the American, Carlos Bocanegra. Rangers have won 2 of the 3 games in the Old Firm series this season. Celtic know they must level it up.
He's trying to work out this Celtic system here, and at times when Yama's playing right back, at times it's Adam Matthews. I don't think any surprise that the Rangers were always going to come here and try and make that midfield busy, go five in there.
Little. Victor Wanyama did play in a back 3 at Motherwell last week.
Well, early call here for Callum Murray, and he's going to have plenty of them in the first 10-15 minutes. This is going to be pretty hectic and pretty ferocious in the early stages in particular. Chance here for Rangers to drop something into the back post.
Sonny Aluko, who sparked the last Glasgow derby into life with a super solo goal, takes this, and it's evaded everyone.
Well, that's a really good ball. I don't think it's one that Fraser Forster can come for. There's too much pace on it. Just a little bit heavy for the Rangers' back post targets here, just a little bit heavy for them. Good idea though from Aluko.
Charlie Mulgrew. Izagirre had dashed forward, but Mulgrew decided to pursue another option.
Yeah, this is a back 3 at the moment for Celtic. Wanyama, Loovens and Charlie Mulgrew, they push Matthews and Izagirre right up the pitch, much as Rangers did in the last game at Ibrox.
Neil Lennon in touch with Alan Thompson and Johan Mjallby downstairs. Here's Lee McCulloch. Barged by Loovens, but it's just a throw.
Well, no wonder Callum Murray's smiling, and so is Lee McCulloch. He's looking for this all day long. Lee McCulloch could have stayed up.
Celtic beat Rangers here in December, but Rangers won the 2 Ibrox meetings, 4-2 and 3-2. What will happen next in the latest episode of this epic saga? Victor Wanyama has proved to be an outstanding signing. Aluko. Scott Brown gets involved. Whisked away by Bocanegra though, and it's come to Little. McCulloch!
Oh, I thought Celtic could have done better to deal with the diagonal. Charlie Mulgrew and Izagirre not quite sure who was going to go and attack this ball here. Both of them backed off. Nice little layoff. And he was only going to get 1 touch there, Lee McCulloch. Not a bad effort, but leaning back a little bit too much. But he is going to be the out ball. He is going to be the diagonal ball from both sides of the pitch for Rangers.
There's definitely a man for these occasions. Samaras could slip Izagirre in, does, and there's a few waiting for the cross. Wallace made a mess of it, McCabe tried to clear it, and Matthews hooked it wide.
Well, first time in the match, Celtic got a man over on the left-hand side, and this is Izagirre at his very best here. Got his head up, it's a really good ball. Lee Wallace doesn't deal with it. Well, that's a really good chance for Celtic, and it all came from the width of this man. He's still short of games, but we'll certainly be asked to give Celtic a good 60 minutes or so this afternoon.
Starting back-to-back matches, Emilio Izaguirre broke his ankle at the start of the season. Hasn't figured that much lately. Launched by McGregor towards Little, but it's off the head of Izaguirre. Fast and frantic start. We expected nothing less. Here's Glenn Loovens, who was courted by Rangers 4 years ago, but signed for Celtic instead. Samaras. Commons now. Tracked by McCabe. Matthews is there, though. Commons challenged by Edu. It is a goal kick.
Edu did well. Chris Commons reckons he should have had the corner there. Chris Commons has just been given that free roll off the front two. He's not playing wide. He's going to play in that little pocket in the hole there. If anyone, it's going to be Rhys McCabe who's going to have to pay him a little bit of attention in that area of the pitch. I think it's a good decision. I think it comes off Commons' last there.
Hooper chasing this, and it could be awkward, but he's been penalised for a shove on Bocanegra.
Yeah, I think Bocanegra's fortunate there. I think Bocanegra gets bullied there by Gary Hooper. Well, let's see how much is in this. Awkward tight here for Bocanegra. He does lean in, Gary Hooper, but you'd expect him to do that. First big call for Callum Murray. The striker's using his body exactly as you'd expect him to.
Neil Lennon alongside Stevie Woods, his goalkeeping coach. Commons enjoying a run in the side and enjoying some decent form at last this season. Matthews. Shrugged off Aluko, now having a run at Wallace, but Rhys McCabe wins it back.
Good tackle, really good tackle from the youngster. Interesting to see what kind of performance we get from Rhys McCabe today. He was allowed to run the last Old Firm game from that deep area. He's got Commons in beside him today. Might not have as much time on the ball, the kid today.
Celtic most definitely worthy champions, but their bottle in the big games has been questioned. They lost at Ibrox last month, double defeat at Hampden to Kilmarnock and Hearts in the cup competitions. One thing's for sure, there's no hiding place today. Samaras. Once again, McCabe is there. Rangers haven't been feeling sorry for themselves lately. They won their last 4 matches. Charlie Mulgrew. Izaguirre is on his way again. It's wayward though from Mulgrew, unlike him.
It's a poor ball, but you know both Celtic fullbacks will enjoy this shape today. Gives them a much higher starting position on the pitch. Both of them happier on the front foot in any case.
Carl Bartley on loan from Arsenal. Commons. Bartley. Little ran into Izaguirre, who cleaned up all the Player of the Year awards last season. Harry McCoist used to relish these games as a player. Rangers' top scorer in the modern era in Glasgow derbies. 27 goals in 55 of them. Commons, Wanyama, Matthews. No foul.
Good defending from Lee Wallace, really good tackle. Wanyama's taken a sore one, but that was a good tackle from Lee Wallace.
Wanyama still down. Partly now for Little. I don't think they've noticed yet that Wanyama's down.
He's been struggling. Just trying to get up the outside of Lee Wallace here. I think that's a challenge the Rangers fullback's entitled to make here. He's taken some of Wanyama on the follow-through, but he certainly took some of the ball as well.
Wanyama, who was sent off for a two-footed challenge at Ibrox last month. But he has been a success story for Neil Lennon. Year-old Kenyan. Celtic seeking their 100th league victory over Rangers today. Lee McCulloch will do the decent thing. Mulgrew. Samaras. Away by Bocanegra. Aluko. Wanyama charged in. Second time around, Aluko finds Wallace. Whittaker got in there.
Oh, well done, Charlie Mulgrew. Stuck his head in and did just enough. And this is a fabulous ball in here from Lee Wallace. Couldn't ask for a better cross. Stephen Whittaker might have thought he was scoring there. Charlie Mulgrew doing just enough to squeeze him out.
Aluko's corner. Edu. McCabe. Deflected away for another corner.
I just wonder how wide that was at the left-hand post there. Fraser Forster very calm about this, obviously. Felt it was never on target. Horrible deflection it took. So many players in front of him. I'm not even convinced they saw it being struck there, the Celtic keeper.
More cause for concern then for Celtic. Luko's corner. Goyan has kept it in. McCulloch. McCabe. Reuben's clearance finds its way to Gary Hooper, and now Samaras and Chris Commons is through the middle. Hooper available for a return here.
Oh, poor pass. Really poor pass from Samaras. Great chance to get Hooper in there.
Scott Brown steps away from his close pal, Stephen Whittaker, teammates together at Hibs. Very much on opposing sides now. Wanyama. Brown. McCabe impressing again already. Whittaker now. And it's Little! And Fraser Forster forced it into action.
Well, it all came from Rhys McCabe winning a 50-50 against Scott Brown. Great offer from Little here. He's again caught on the wrong side. And even from that angle, has to go down as a half-decent chance for Rangers.
Bocanegra aware of Samaras. Wallace. Trapped by Matthews, who's won it back fair and square. Now Gary Hooper, just nicked away by Goyan.
That's a good ball, and it's a really awkward one for Hooper to control here. He's got a lot of pace to take off the ball here. Goyan's got time to get tight.
Commons corner. Celtic score! Charlie Mulgrew arrived at the right time. It's 1-0 to the champions.
Well, you've got to say it's a terrific header from Charlie Mulgrew down into the ground. But the Rangers marking is woeful. They've got 11 players inside the box here, Rangers. They're marking touch tight, but they forget all about Charlie Mulgrew getting round the back here. There's nothing Alan McGregor can do. They've got a defender in either post, but there's too much power on the header. But Ali McCoyster can assure you will have plenty to say about that. You know, for a team that are picking up man for man, to lose Charlie Mulgrew altogether, well, unforgivable to say the least.
Rangers didn't see that coming, and they didn't see him coming. Charlie Mulgrew, leading contender to be named the Scottish PFA Player of the Year. Scores his 9th goal of the season overall. And some season he's had. Here's Lee Wallace, though. That's not the worst, and Joe Ledley has knocked it up in the air, but Fraser Forster will grab it. It was a sore one for Commons from Lee Wallace, who is going to be summoned here for a yellow card.
Yeah, first booking. I don't think Callum Murray's got a choice there. Hasn't really been a bad tackle in the match so far. That's the first late one we've really seen. It's a really good early ball from the Celtic keeper, and Lee Wallace is 10 minutes late there.
That is a Glasgow derby tackle. First yellow card of this contest to Lee Wallace. There might just be a few more. The champions leading through a cracking header from this man, Charlie Mulgrew. How will Rangers respond to that? The first cut is often their deepest on Derby Day in Glasgow. Only twice in the last 73 league derbies has the team scoring first lost. To foul by Mulgrew on McCulloch, but Callum Murray not interested.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lee McCulloch should have had a free kick there. Unless Callum Murray thought it was an advantage, but there was absolutely none for Rangers.
Whittaker, hounded by Ledley, who's now after Goyan. McCulloch. And Wanyama has caught Edu, and a promising free kick for Rangers.
Yeah, he's a fraction out there, Victor Wanyama. Callum Murray right up with the play there, just a few yards behind it. You know, from this kind of range, I'd be surprised if Rangers try and drop anything in back post. They've got to, whether they move the ball or not, they've got to get something on target here.
Steve Davis, who often takes their set pieces, still out injured. Young Rhys McCabe might fancy having a pop. Potentially a key moment in a match that often has many. McCabe rather miserably against the wall. A familiar celebration for the Celtic fans, who will get to party at the final home game of the season against Hearts when they receive the SPL trophy. pretty much practicing their party routines now. Another free kick for Rangers. Some opportunities certainly coming Rangers' way as they look for a quick equaliser. It's a Luko, McCulloch's header.
Really good ball in. He's just got a little bit too much to do here, Lee McCulloch. He's just outside the front post when he gets his head on it. He gets a little bit too much on it. This was the moment that mattered. Charlie Mulgrew completely unmarked. Just see him coming from that deep position and just not picked up. Rangers have a defender on either post. You know, Ali McCoist might feel if the defender on the front post had been picking up in the area, Charlie Mulgrew might not get that free run and that free header.
His 10th at Old Firm game, his first Old Firm goal. Remember, St Mirren Hibs follows us later, but on Tuesday it's Hearts against Motherwell from 7:30 on Sky Sports 1 HD, and more SPL action on Wednesday. It's a little loose. Bocanegra survived as Commons challenged. Here's a Luko, could set Wallace away, but it's stopped by Matthews. Commons.
Well, they're a goal down, Rangers. Barney McCoist, I think, will be reasonably happy with the amount of ball they're seeing at the moment.
Zaguirre, Samaras is out wide. Up against Bartley. One to forget from Samaras. Mulgrew. Chris Commons through the middle, but Goyan there.
Well, he's the one, he's going to be the problem for Rangers, Chris Commons, because he's the one Celtic player who's not been asked to do anything defensively. He's just being asked to go and try and find space, just play between middle and front and try and influence the game.
Edu, Scott Brown is going to receive just a warning.
Well, you don't get away with him. I think Scott Brown might have taken some of the ball here, but he goes right through Edu. Unfortunately, he gets his foot off the ground, the Rangers midfielder. Lee McCulloch cannot be his target here. Rangers will play for the second ball, the knockdown.
Bocanegra's free kick. It's Whittaker, but always going over and out.
He did brilliantly to win it, Lee McCulloch, because he's under real pressure at the back post. He did, well, it's not even McCulloch who wins it, it's Charlie Mulgrew who knocked it down to Whittaker. But it's McCulloch who's applying the pressure there. Whittaker did brilliantly to get the shot away with his second touch.
Hooper, can he feed Commons? Not quite. Bocanegra. Brown picked Edu to it. Here's Matthews, tracked by Aluko. Kept in by Wanyama, just about. Joe Ledley. Mulgrew, the goal scorer. And he's looked for Izaguirre, but Bartley will get his long legs to it. Joe Ledley. And he just felt that might have gone their way. It's a Celtic corner for Chris Commons.
I think we can take it. Rangers will pay Charlie Mulgrew a little bit more attention this time. You know, that's the problem if you have a defender on either post. You're one shot in terms of picking up.
Commons drills it in this time, and it was Charlie Mulgrew again.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to take the pace off this, but at that height, very difficult for Charlie Mulgrew.
Well, of course, has had so much to do with off the field. Happy to be able to talk about some football today. Little. McCulloch won it back off Izaguirre. It's a goal kick, despite McCulloch trying a cheeky one.
Well, this was a good race. I'll tell you what, Little looked every bit as quick there as Izaguirre. Good support from Lee McCulloch. He's not getting that.
Off the head of Goyan, and then Bartley. Brown. Edu. Brown stuck to the task. Izaguirre now. Bocanegra whipped it away from Hooper.
Well, good defending because he knows Gary Hooper is on his shoulder there. Can't see him, but he knows Hooper is coming round the back. And at a really awkward tight on the half volley, he did really well to get it safe.
The goal came about from a corner here. Rangers not ready for this one from Commons. Brown. Mulgrew. Izaguirre. He's delivered! Joe Ledley in there.
Well, you'd want Joe Ledley in the end of that cross. He's very decent in the air. Stephen Whittaker does just enough to lean into him here. Another good cross from Izaguirre.
Joe Ledley, who scored the winner when the teams met here at Christmas.
Well, Alan McCoy has just tweaked the shape there. It's regular 4-4-2 now. I think Aluko's going to play off Lee McCulloch. Little's come left side, Whittaker on the right, and Rhys McCabe and Edu in the central area.
Hooper for Commons. Samaras could be on his way here. Slipped at the crucial moment. Edu. Wallace. Little. Half an hour played. Charlie Mulgrew scoring the goal for Celtic. Scott Brown. Hooper. Can he pick out Commons? He can! It's Chris Commons! It's his first goal of the season! Talk about picking your moment! Celtic are sinking their teeth into Rangers now!
Well, it's a finish that requires composure, and boy, did Chris Commons find it at the vital moment. Just that little bit of delay. I think Kyle Bartley should do better. Kyle Bartley reads the ball into the central area. He sees the run. He should be making a better tackle here, the fullback. For me, he sells himself. But Commons had it all to do, and just that fraction of a delay to allow Alan McGregor to go down. It's a super finish. And Celtic well and truly in the driving seat. I mean, the idea all day for Celtic is to get Commons free. And I think a poor challenge from Bartley allowed him free there.
After scoring 14 goals in his first 20 games for Celtic, Chris Commons went 30 matches without scoring. But in the last few weeks he has looked like the old Chris Commons, who made such an impact last season. And he certainly made an impact on this particular derby day. And about time too, Chris. McCulloch. Whittaker thought Bartley might be there. Izagirre. Montenegro took charge. Whittaker.
He's finding it much harder this afternoon, Lee McCulloch, because Celtic are playing much higher at the back. In the last game at Ibrox, they defended deep, they lost headers on the edge of their own box to Lee McCulloch. They're much further up the pitch today.
Fouled by Stephen Whittaker. Rangers rattled now. Celtic appear to be in a menacing mood with a 2-0 lead. Wanyama. Matthews. Commons. Brown. Perfectly picks out Izagirre. Samaras is nearby. So is Joe Ledley. Back for Samaras. So inviting. Matthews. Brown. Commons again. And again. Skirted Whittaker's challenge. Celtic still have it. Izagirre for Samaras. Ledley. Brilliantly back for Izagirre. But snuffed out by Goyan. For now anyway. Some lovely touches. Ledley. Celtic toying with Rangers, and Whittaker's down injured, so Izagirre can send it in and Goyan can send it out.
Well defended by Goyan at the front post, but you know, Izagirre's every right to play on there. It's not a head injury. It's up to the referee to stop the game. Celtic a yard quicker to everything at the moment than Rangers.
Commons corner. Out by Whittaker, but only to Brown, who'll probably give it back to Commons, or maybe not. Brown again. Izagirre. Commons still there, hugging the touchline. Ledley. Commons. Ledley back on his feet. Clever from Commons for Izagirre. And Bocanegra had to knock it behind.
Well, that's all he could do, Bocanegra, but you know, Celtic consistently getting 2 against 1 on this left-hand side. Getting Izagirre in particular spare on that side of the pitch. It's a cross that takes McGregor right out of the game.
Chris Commons touches into the corner where the Rangers fans are housed. Commons delivers again, and Joe Ledley, as he often does, met it.
Oh, it's a really good chance. Not quite sure who he gets the run on here. It might be Stephen Whittaker. It's a half chance.
Neil Lennon guided Celtic to their first title in 4 years. He won the SPL 5 times as a player. Just had to weather a mini storm then from Celtic as they look for a third. But here's Little. They do off against Brown. Whittaker. Aluko. McCulloch. Scooped away by Mulgrew.
That's a good knockdown. Aluko didn't read it. Knocked down into a really good area there from McCulloch.
Forceful challenge from Andy Little.
Well, he would know what kind of afternoon he was in for, Callum Murray. He's just trying to keep the lid on this. One or two hefty challenges going in. You'd expect nothing less from this game.
Mulgrew. Gary Hooper trying to stay onside and succeeding. Samaras on the scene. Andy Little had to trap back. Edu. Matthews ensured that Celtic had it back. Hooper now for Ledley. Matthews again, who's had an impressive first season at Celtic. Wanyama. Samaras nicked it. Bocanegra stopped it going for a corner. Referee just having a word with Edu as he tries to keep up to date with all that goes on in a Glasgow derby. Comments. Wanyama now. McGregor makes the save. Celtic ready to come back for more. Matthews, Commons. Ledley for Izagirre. Scott Brown. Mulgrew over towards Matthews. Foul by him on Little.
Yeah, it just comes late there, Adam Matthews. Rangers just struggling to get up the pitch here. Difficult to see how Ali McCoy changes the pattern of this game. The one option he does have, he's got three centre-backs in that back four. He could go to a back three. And it would allow Bartley and Lee Wallace in particular to get higher up the pitch.
Samaras. Aluko, determined. Edu. Bartley. Just showed too much of that to Izagirre. Aluko. Bocanegra. Ledley. Aluko persistent. It's trickled out off Hooper. Wallace's throw for Aluko. Rangers toiling to find a foothold. Long throw from Rhys McCabe towards McCulloch, unsurprisingly, but Wanyama in front of him. Carlos Bocanegra. Celtic have scored first 27 times in the SPL this season and won 26 of those games. The only exception was away at Aberdeen last month, the depleted side.
This is too easy at the moment for Celtic. Ali McCoist has to come up with something here.
And the next goal in this game is critical. Edu, McCulloch. Stephen Whittaker. Aluko. McCulloch. Into the path of Little. Bartley's in the box if he can find him. He can't because Charlie Mulgrew's in the way. Screen by Louvens. Hooper. And a little look at the referee after he was grounded by Izagirre. Half-time fast approaching. 2-0 to the champions. Rangers desperate for a response before the break, but have to be wary of conceding again. Izagirre. Hooper. Matthews. Slipping.
Pity. Joe Ledled made a really good run through the central area. It's not just, you say it's 2-0 and it's a very comfortable 2-0. I think that's what, that's the biggest problem for Ali McCoist. Somehow he has to change the pattern of this game.
Bartley across to Little. He never looked too comfortable with it, not that it was going to be easy. Celtic looking to level the Old Firm series for the season, and looking very good to level it at the moment, unless Rangers can find a way back. They have to score the next goal, but they hardly need telling that. Goya. Rangers unable to find their rhythm, but that certainly hasn't been a problem for Celtic so far. By Samaras. Foul by Izagirre on Whittaker.
Oh, it's a needless one because it's gone through Charlie Mulgrew there.
"60 seconds minimum stoppage time."
Be a minimum of 1 minute added.
Challenging Samaras, advantage played. Izagirre for Commons. Hooper in the middle. Bocanegra. Mulgrew able to force that back.
I don't think either Rangers fullback has looked comfortable today. I think Lee Wallace would be happier if Rangers went to 3. You know, Bartley, Goya and Bocanegra, and push Whittaker and Wallace on either side. He's got to do something, Ali McCoist. Otherwise, this is going to get away from him.
Yeah, Rangers need to improve significantly, but Celtic are rather happy with their lot. Charlie Mulgrew arrived unseen to head them in front, and then Chris Commons scored his first goal of this season, remarkably. A fine finish too. And the champions sitting pretty in the final Old Firm game of the season. At half-time, Celtic 2, Rangers 0.
The SPL continues next weekend on Setanta Sports with a live Champions League double-decider. On Saturday night, Motherwell travel to Ibrox for one of the biggest games in their history. And on Sunday night, it's Titanidice as Dundee take on champion Celtic. Live SPL next weekend on Setanta Sports. Watch Euro 2012 live this June on Setanta Sports. Live South American football with the Copa Libertadores on Setanta Sports.
Two really clever goals. One straight off the training ground by the look of it. Don't they just love it when a plan comes together? Rangers have to respond, have to score the next goal in this game. Have to do better than they did in the first half. They struggled to get a grip. The Celtic have been fluent and very watchable. You don't normally get this comfortable a lead in the Glasgow derby. Rangers need to do something about it. Edu got that cross in and Forster challenged by Little, who's hurt.
Oh, I got off with it, Fraser Forster. It's a bad mistake there. Had the ball in his gloves and lost it.
The whistle has gone, by the way, and I think Sunrise has realised.
Well, you know, if Callum Murray thinks it's a head injury, he has to stop the game. Not a lot of sympathy from the Celtic support, but the referee, he thinks it's a head injury, he has to call a halt. Fraser Forster somehow lost this here as he fell. To be fair to Andrew Little, he was prepared to put his head in where he might get hurt there.
Yes, Callum Murray clearly felt it was a head injury, so he did what he had to do. Even if it hasn't gone down too well here, Samaras was racing away at the other end. And the Little back on. Samaras made contact. Izagirre now. Bartley. Sent back by Luvens. Wallace. Scott Brown, typically tenacious.
Yeah, it's good pressure, and epitomises everything Celtic have been about here today. They've won most of the loose, most of the 50-50s.
On McCoy's side, need to show what they're about in this second half. And they could be staring at a heavier defeat. Brown. Commons back for Izagirre. Samaras now for Brown. Here's Adam Matthews, who, like Louvens and Ledley, came from Cardiff. Hooper. Wanyama. Charlie Mulgrew. Izagirre takes over. Comes to Iluko, and now Wallace. McCabe. Bocanegra. Wallace takes over. Edu now. Luko recovers. Wallace. Now McCulloch. Oh dear. Wallace won the throw off Commons. Here's Little taking on Wanyama.
Just not strong enough there to win that tussle with Victor Wanyama. He really has been a find for Celtic. Can play anywhere across the back or midfield. Terrific upper body strength there.
He wasn't having any of that, that's for sure. As the number 67 shirt in tribute, of course, to the Lisbon Lions. Samaras. Gary Hooper. Chris Commons making a run ahead. Matthews arrives on the scene. It's going to come to Izagirre. Smuggled his cross in, just too high for Hooper.
That's a terrific cross from Izagirre. He's been an absolute standout here today. Great example of attacking full-back play. He's been getting himself into that type of position all afternoon.
It was a long recuperation after Izagirre broke his ankle at the start of the season. And even when he was fit, he wasn't quite right, but he looks quite right now. Mulgrew and Louvens lurking. Wanyama 2 with Samaras and Hooper in there. Commons to take it, met by Bocanegra. Adam Matthews may go long. Matthews has been a consistent performer. Over the head of Samaras. Joe Ledley! Tremendous strike. McGregor matched it.
Yeah, it's a super save. Had to move his feet really quickly there, Alan McGregor. This is a lovely piece of technique from Joe Ledley. Got just enough dip on it, was going in under the crossbar. Terrific save from the Rangers goalkeeper.
Commons with a corner though. Wanyama almost, but it's clutched by McGregor.
Now again, Celtic won the first ball at the front post. Just helped on there by Ledley, and Wanyama just doesn't get enough on it.
Top class save from Alan McGregor, top class strike from Joe Ledley, mine. Commons has won it back off young McCabe. Samaras takes over. It's Hooper! He's Gary Hooper, and he comes with a
Samaras has been the difference today. You know, the last game at Ibrox, young Rhys McCabe was given time and space to run the game. And this is a good example of what's happening today. Closed down by Chris Commons. Good pressure from Commons. Terrific pass from Samaras. And the way of it is such that Hooper can hit it first time. Alan McGregor probably expecting that ball to go back across him. And Hooper just fizzes it into the near post. And that should just be about enough for Celtic.
What a goal. And the majority on their feet inside Celtic Park, including the manager. That was sizzling from the moment it left his boot. Gary Hooper with his 24th goal of the season, surpassing the 22 he scored last season. And he usually has a say on these days. 5 goals in 7 league derbies against Rangers for Gary Hooper. Aluko. Whittaker, stopped by Mulgrew. McCulloch's offside. This could be a long second half for Rangers.
Oh, he's got a lot to thank Samaras for. You know, this looks a bread and butter pass from Georgios Samaras, but the weight of it is such that Hooper can allow it across his body and pull the trigger first time. And boy, did he pull that trigger. That explodes past Alan McGregor. Hasn't had many chances in the game so far, the Celtic striker. But he certainly made the most of that.
Samaras. McCabe has presented it to Matthews. It's Samaras!
Well, he could have gone for power. He's trying to pass that inside the right-hand post, I think. He goes with the inside of his foot. He knows he's going to be tackled here. He could have smashed it. Takes it with the inside. Never gets the action he's looking for. I'm no surprised to see that Celtic busier in front of goal. This is about as one-sided an Old Firm game as we've seen for some time.
Gary Hooper has been linked with a move to Southampton, who've just won promotion to the Premier League, of course, and Nigel Atkins was his manager at Scunthorpe. And rather like Nikita Jelavic has done down south, you suspect that Gary Hooper could also make a mark there, but Celtic will be rather keen to hang on to their prolific goalscorer. Whittaker. Edu. McCulloch dashing across.
That's a good run because Glenn Lubins doesn't see him coming. Lee McCulloch convinced they should have had a corner here. Just watch Lubins. McCulloch makes that diagonal. Oh, appeared to come off Lubins.
Rangers are going to bring on Jamie Ness in a moment, who's missed most of the season through injury. Rhys McCabe is making way. Jamie Ness scored a Scottish Cup screamer against Celtic last season, but has been dogged by injuries since. But from what we saw of him last season, he looks an outstanding prospect.
26 is Jamie Ness.
Still over half an hour to go. 3-0 to Celtic. Whittaker. Whittaker catching Lubins. Although Callum Murray happy to let things go. Luko trapped by the always impressive Ledley. Difficult days off the pitch and a difficult day on it.
Well, you know what's going on in his mind. He knows there's more than half an hour left. And the way Celtic are going, this could come into a real hiding here unless Rangers tighten up.
Hooper grappling with Goyan, and Goyan gets the free kick, and Hooper's hurt.
Well, he's always wrong side here, Gary Hooper. Goyan actually slips into him.
Celtic full of desire today. They've scored some terrific goals in fairness. Hooper. Barges Goyan out of the way, but Bocanegra there.
Oh, Goyan's got to do better. It's a bread and butter long ball, he's got to deal with that.
Izagirre. Occupied by Bartley. Samaras. Mulgrew for Izagirre. Celtic want more. They've got a corner.
That's the difference, you know. Celtic all afternoon have managed to get the fullbacks into that type of position. Rangers haven't done it. I think much of that's down to do with the shape that Rangers have taken up. They haven't managed to get Wallace up the pitch or Bartley this side.
Coleman's corner goes back to Brown. Wanyama, too much space here for Celtic as far as Rangers are concerned. Strange clearance from Aluko. Jamie Ness. Izagirre has won it back off Jamie Ness. Should have laid it back to Ledleyman.
I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do. He's surely not trying to beat Alan McGregor near post there.
Celtic look like they have more goals in them. Rangers would dearly love one themselves to buck the trend today. We've played an hour. McCulloch. Aluko.
Oh, poor, desperately poor. Good offer too from Andrew Little. You can see the frustration on his face there.
This has been about as convincing as it ever comes on Derby Day in Glasgow. Rangers seemingly powerless to stop this Celtic crusade now. Jamie Ness. Wallace. Foul. McCulloch.
He almost got away with it. He's quite clever there, Lee McCulloch. Just a little nudge into Charlie Mulgrew, takes him under the ball.
Mulgrew having to step away from McCulloch. Bartley. Ness. Bocanegra. Wallace for Aluko. Edu. Looks too heavy for Wallace. Just not happening for Rangers. The expressions kind of said all. Edu, fending off Brown. Aluko. Wallace. Bartley. Whittaker. Bartley was available, but Whittaker's been mugged by his mate, Scott Brown. Mulgrew, who's enjoyed the season of his life. Wanyama. Away by Goyan. Ledley. Matthews. Ledley. Those two were also together at Cardiff. Ledley complaining that McCulloch was in his face then. A few have had that complaint over the years in Glasgow derbies.
Yeah, he's found it much more difficult today, Lee McCulloch. Huge influence in the last game at Ibrox, but two centre-backs have handled them much better today, and they've played much further up the pitch. Any headers they have lost to Lee McCulloch haven't been costly to Celtic.
Luco, McCulloch, Ness, switching it to Bartley, but it's going to drift away from him. Too many passes like that from Rangers today. He'll be glad to see the back of this season, and that's an understatement. Rangers with much to sort out off the pitch. Home games against Dundee United and Motherwell coming up next before they finish the season at St Johnstone. Bocanegra. Aluko. Aluko in agony.
I think he took one from Scott Brown, Sonny Aluko. But from that deep in the pitch, he can't hurt Celtic. He's trying to take players on in an area of the pitch. He should be looking for a pass. Brown's all over him like a rash here. Oh, they stood on his left foot there, Scott Brown. Whether it's intention or not, only the Celtic midfielder himself will know.
Celtic have been accused of choking some big games, but they certainly turned up with this one all right. A well-earned breather. Luco back on his feet then, and almost ready to resume as this game ticks along to the final quarter. Celtic set to go 21 points clear of their Glasgow rivals. Some difference, even allowing for the points deduction. Goyan. Ness. Aluko. Whittaker. Goyan. Similar story.
Well, I don't think there was any support arriving for Lee McCulloch, even had he won the first ball there. It's a pretty forlorn figure.
Well, Rangers were by far the better side when the teams last met 35 days ago, but the pendulum in Glasgow can soon swing. Wallace. Ness. Wanyama for Commons. Samaras beaten to it by Goyan, given away by Edu though. Rangers far too slack. Kyle Bartley on Georgios Samaras, and Callum Murray walking across.
Oh, is he going to his pocket? Callum Murray, I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Kyle Bartley may have taken some of the ball, but he nailed Samaras in doing so. Gets there late. The fullback gets nothing of the ball. I think Callum Murray's done him a favour there.
Only the one yellow card so far, and that's unusual on Old Firm Day. Sums up the way the game has been, really. Wallace, Ness, Little. More frustration for Rangers. Mulgrew. Samaras. Samaras will get a free kick. And it always looks likely. Still 20 minutes left. It's going slow for Rangers.
Yeah, much less urgency about Celtic now. They know the job is more or less done now. Don't have to get the ball forward as quickly. A lot of the possession now happening in front of Rangers.
Little giving away a free kick. Rangers are going to bring on Salim Kirkar soon. Mulgrew, Ledley, Aluko could release Whittaker, who's going to look for Little in turn.
Oh, it's difficult to pick Andy Little out of the back post there. You can see what he's trying. He's just trying to wrap his foot around it. He's not for giving it up yet.
Well, when we finish here, there's more action from the SPL. A crucial game for Hibs at St Mirren follows here on Sky Sports 4. Being replaced by the Algerian Salim Kirkar, who came on in the last Old Firm game and does so again this time. Mulgrew, straight down Guyan's throat. Brown. Izagiri. On back well by Whittaker. Wanyama. Commons. Brown. Ledley. Izagiri. It's pretty much been a stroll in the park, this, for Celtic. Ledley, and the flag stays down for Commons.
I just wonder who's deepest there. It might have been Lee Wallace on the far side who's deepest. He's certainly appealing, Lee Wallace, because he knows he can't get to Commons. Commons just bends his run. Well, I'll tell you what, he's well on. Two central defenders have played him on as well.
Here's Kirkar just on! Unable to offer any resistance.
Well, I think he had to dink it, he had to lift the ball because of Wanyama's challenge. Did well to get in behind here, gets a little break of the ball, but he knows Wanyama's trying to make the block, has to lift it and can't quite find the angle.
So then Kirkar, Rangers' most used substitute this season, hardly a claim to fame that you'd want. Samaras with a flick. One back by Izagirre. Bartley was careless. Here's Samaras now. Matthews. Commons! Blocked by Bocanegra. Oh, given away by Wallace to Commons. Hooper. Brown. So comfy for Celtic. Well, Bartley will probably get a booking this time after taking out Izagirre.
I think that's the danger and what remains of this game. I think Rangers know this game is beyond them, and it might just be a little bit of retribution. Celtic enjoying a lot of possession, Rangers not enjoying this. I think we might see a bit more of this in the last 15 minutes or so. Oh, he's so late there.
So a second booking in the game for Kyle Bartley. Lee Wallace got the first. Charlie Mulgrew ready to take this. Quarter of an hour remaining. Intercepted by Whittaker. Aluko. Wallace. Kirkar. Aluko. Goal kick.
I think Lee Wallace has probably run on the offside anyway. He couldn't have played it much earlier here, Sonny Aluko. Good run by Wallace. No, he's well onside, played onside by Charlie Mulgrew. It's a little bit too heavy with the pass.
He's had a fairly eventful time since arriving at Rangers, one way or another. He was in the Aberdeen team that lost 9-0 here last season. Izagirre. Celtic cruising. Izagirre again. Commons. Hooper. Cleverly finding Matthews. Taken off his toes by Wallace. Rangers keen to avoid further damage.
Yeah, they're playing for pride now. You know, this is a horrible situation to be in. You know, we've been in it myself. It's not pleasant. It's humiliating. Just trying to keep the score down in this situation.
Meantime, it's party time for the Celtic fans. The sun may be out, but it's not the warmest day Glasgow's ever seen. Hardy souls. Matthews ready to take this. And Celtic out to their 3 exceptional goals. Bartley across. Mulgrew. Matthews offside. Flag against Gary Hooper.
Again, Adam Matthews playing like a right winger, as is Izagirre on this side. You know, the Celtic shape has worked a treat.
Ben Luvens was down injured, but he's had to get up sharpish. Whittaker has a look at the referee. Nothing doing. And Ben Luvens struggling a little. Leuven's may need some treatment. He was toiling for a while, but had to get back to keep an eye on things.
Nosebleed, I think he catches Wanyama. Yeah, he does. Wanyama doesn't see him coming.
And when you run into Wanyama, that's what happens.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to fight him, would you?
A physical player, but not just that. We're all feeling that. That clock must be ticking slowly for Rangers fans, but their side have not really been in it today. It's barely been a contest. Started okay, but Celtic soon gained control. Leuven's plugged up. Anthony Stokes has only ever started 2 Old Firm games, and in the last one last month he was substituted when Char saw red. I think Leuven's might be the one coming off, but we'll see. Anthony Stokes hasn't scored for Celtic against Rangers, but did score a screamer for Hibs at Ibrox. And also the fastest ever SPL goal, 12.4 seconds for Hibs v Rangers. He's going to replace Georgios Samaras. Leuven's is going to continue for now, although Calvin Wilson is readying himself. Can't let a nosebleed get the better of you if you're a centre-half, really. Ness. Burkhardt. Long throw coming from Mo Edu. Met by Izagirre. Here's Jamie Ness. Edu. Celtic's throw. Long firm game to forget for Oliver Poist and Ian Durant and Kenny McDowell. It's been clobbered by Leuven's.
Well, that's the way Glenn Leuven's has played Lee McCullough today. Got a bit of a battering from him at Ibrox, but he's given a bit back today.
There they go again. Luca may fancy going for goal. Luco! Really? Forster across.
Well, I think he's always going to that side. Fraser Forster starts slightly right of centre here. Offers him that side, but it was across quickly. Comfortable save.
The Rangers fans were copying the Celtic celebration a moment ago as Luco took that free kick. Luko whips that corner in, and it's met by Victor Wanyama, who sent it back from where it came. Just a throw this time, though. Kirkar across to receive. Kept in by Izagirre. And he found his way out of danger wonderfully. Whittaker. Commons sidestepping a few issues. Wallace stopped it reaching Hooper, but Stokes stepped in. Edu. Bartley. Whittaker, challenged by Mulgrew. Chris Commons, who finally scored his first goal of the season, is going to be replaced here by Paddy McCourt, and Commons has certainly been a huge influence in this game.
Yeah, he's had a good afternoon. Super goal he scored. I've got to say, he looks in much better physical shape than he did earlier on this season.
Paddy McCourt, who came on and swung the game in Celtic's favour at Motherwell last week. Certainly able to pick out a pass. 5 minutes left. And a form of torture this for Rangers. But extreme pleasure for Celtic. Bartley and Bocanegra. Wallace. Edu. Whittaker. Another stray pass, one of many from the men in blue.
He's been one of the better performers for me, Stephen Whittaker. And few and far between though.
There'll be 2 wins apiece in the Old Firm series this season. All 4 games favouring the home side. Mulgrew. Izagirre. Bartley tucks it away for a corner. No Chris Commons to take them, so his replacement, Paddy McCourt, will. Charlie Mulgrew, who started the scoring, loitering with intent again. Change of plan from McCourt. Izagirre, Stokes. Hooper not getting this up. Never does. Izagirre.
I think he's just trying to chip Alan McGregor there. He's got the break of the ball here off Morris Edu in the break on the edge of the box here. Has a look up, Alan McGregor maybe a few yards off his line. Doesn't really get a hold of it, but Izagirre hasn't done much wrong today.
Toy to watch last season, but injured for much of this. Charlie Mulgrew's taken one.
Yeah, well, Callum Murray must have missed that. He's caught by Lee McCullough's arm there.
Mulgrew not happy with McCulloch. Here's Edu. It's spun to Hooper. Now McCourt feeding Stokes. Only Hooper in the middle, I say only. It's often enough, although not this time.
I just wonder if Callum Murray saw this, or whether he's quite happy there's not a lot in it. Just a retained left arm with a cut. Charlie Mulgrew across the face.
Gary Hooper scored yet another cracking goal. He's replaced by this talented teenager Tony Watt, who came on and scored twice in 3 minutes on his debut at Motherwell last week. And now he takes his old firm bow. What a week he's had. Scott Brown crashing into Kirkar. Haven't been many flashpoints today, but Scott Brown is going to receive a yellow card for this, presumably.
Well, it's an aggressive challenge. I don't know if it's a yellow card challenge. And the way Rangers not happy about it at all, is it? Well, yeah. At this stage in the game, hardly required from Scott Brown.
Not so many cards this season, though. "90 minutes almost up, and Rangers rather glad about that. Well beaten today. Second best and a long way in second. There's only going to be a minimum of 2 minutes stoppage time.
The referee has indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes added.
And Celtic keep a clean sheet. Haluko's free kick. Off the head of Luvens. Brown. Haluko for Edu. Haluko. Oh, superbly away from Brown. Oh. It didn't go out, but it has done now.
It's the best we've seen from Haluko all afternoon. Just runs out of grass here. I don't know how he extricated himself from this. He's outnumbered 3-4-1. Just haven't seen enough of that from him today.
Fabulous footwork, albeit it matters not a jot now. Edu ready to launch it. On by Bartley, but Fraser Forster's having that. Anthony Stokes giving chase, but Whittaker should deal with this. Haluko. Bartley. Into the path of Lee Wallace. His strike lack conviction, much of what Rangers have tried to do today has. Whittaker. McCulloch. And offside against Kirkar. Couldn't score anyway.
Well, I just wonder whether it was Scott Brown that played it through to Kirkar. If it's Scott Brown, then he's onside. I think it's Scott Brown who knocks that through there. It's a challenge on the edge of the box. It is Scott Brown. He's onside. Should have been allowed to go.
Trust Charlie Mulgrew to get back on the line to stop it anyway. Rangers are about to be put out of their misery, which has been considerable today. A performance of champions. Such a comfortable win for Neil Lennon's Celtic, and they level up the Old Firm series for the season. Normally these two know when they will meet again, but we'll have to wait and see this time around. Charlie Mulgrew still not happy. We're getting caught by Lee McCulloch. Mulgrew opened the scoring when he dashed into the box unseen with a fine header, and from then on in, Celtic ruled. Chris Commons had a fine game and scored a long-awaited first goal of the season. That was a fabulous finish. So was Gary Hooper's. He smacked in Celtic's third to get in on the act. And it was an impressive act from Celtic today. Worthy champions, and they really rubbed Rangers' noses in it here. It finishes at Celtic Park. Celtic 3, Rangers 0.
Experience the flair and the passion of South American football on Setanta Sports with live and exclusive coverage of the Argentine Primera Division. Watch 2 exciting and unpredictable matches from every round, featuring some of South America's footballing champions, including Boca Juniors. Plus, follow the season-long Apertura and Clausura tournaments. The Argentine Primera Division, live and exclusive on Setanta Sports.
The final chance of Celtic silverware, the benchmark by which all managers, of course, are judged, even more so in Scotland with Rangers and with Celtic. This is Ki Sung-hyun. First effort, it's a wonderful goal! Super strike from the South Korean. Wilson ends up being a good ball. Gunning is the man trying to close Commons down. Oh, it's driven across and it's an own goal! Celtic have surely wrapped up the cup now. Key scorer of that all-important first goal. That looks like a free kick. Cragen already booked right on the edge of the box. Charlie Mulgrew! It's 3! And Celtic can start celebrating in style. One look at the watch from Callum Murray. And the wait is over. It's Celtic's cup.
Live South American football with the Copa Libertadores on Setanta Sports. The final round of the Bundesliga this weekend live on Setanta Sports with Champions League places up for grabs and a relegation playoff. First up, champions Dortmund take on Freiburg. Cologne fight for survival against Bayern Munich, and Gladbach need a win at Mainz for a Champions League spot. Live Bundesliga this weekend on Setanta Sports.
Champion Celtic cruise to victory in the final Old Firm match of the season.
The Champions League qualifiers beckon for Motherwell after scoring 5 times against St Johnstone. Dundee United will struggle to make third place now after a 2-2 draw with Hearts at Tannadice. Dunfermline claim their first home win of the season to give themselves a survival boost. Hibs lose at St Mirren and they're now only 3 points off bottom spot. And Kilmarnock stage a late fight back against 10-man Inverness to win 4-3. These were the latest matches in the Clydesdale Bank Premier League, starting with Dundee United at home to Hearts. Dunfermline played Aberdeen. Kilmarnock against Inverness. Motherwell versus St Johnstone. Old Firm time at Celtic Park. And St Mirren against Hibs. Celtic showed why they're champions in a one-sided Old Firm match. A 3-0 win against Rangers at Celtic Park increased their league advantage to 21 points.
Brown. McCabe in pressing again already. Whittaker now. And it's Little! And Fraser Forster forced it into action.
Great offer from Little here. He's again caught on the wrong side.
Wallace. Trapped by Matthews, who's won it back fair and square. Now Gary Hooper. Just nicked away by Goyan.
He's got a lot of pace to take off the ball here. Goyan's got time to get to it.
Commons corner. Celtic score! Charlie Mulgrew arrived at the right time. It's 1-0 to the champions.
They've got 11 players inside the box here, Rangers. They're marking touch tight, but they forget all about Charlie Mulgrew getting round the back here. There's nothing Alan McGregor can do. They've got a defender in either post, but there's too much power on the header.
Scott Brown. Hooper. Can he pick out Commons? He can! It's Chris Commons! It's his first goal of the season! Talk about picking your moment! Celtic are sinking their teeth into Rangers now!
Well, that's a finish that requires composure, and boy, did Chris Commons find it at the vital moment. I think Kyle Bartley should do better. Kyle Bartley reads the ball into the central area. He sees the run. He should be making a better tackle here, the fullback. For me, he sells himself. But Commons had it all to do, and just that fraction of a delay to allow Alan McGregor to go down. It's a super finish. And Celtic well and truly in the driving seat. I mean, the idea all day for Celtic is to get Commons free. And I think a poor challenge from Bartley allowed him free there.
Chris Commons trudges into the corner where the Rangers fans are housed. Commons delivers again, and Joe Ledley, as he often does, met it. Samaras. Gary Hooper. Chris Commons making a run ahead. Matthews arrives on the scene. It's going to come to Isagire. Smuggled his cross in, just too high for Hooper.
That's a terrific cross from Isagire. He's been an absolute standout here today.
Matthews has been a consistent performer. Over the head of Samaras. Joe Ledley! Tremendous strike. McGregor matched it.
Yeah, it's a super save. This is a lovely piece of technique from Joe Ledley. got just enough dip on it, was going in under the crossbar. Terrific save from the Rangers goalkeeper.
Commons with a corner though. And Wanyama almost, but it's clutched by McGregor.
Just helped on there by Ledley.
Top class save from Alan McGregor, top class strike from Joe Ledley, man. Commons has won it back off young McCabe. Samaras takes over. It's Hooper! He's Gary Hooper, and he comes with a guarantee of goals on Derby Day in Glasgow.
Well, you know, this has been the difference today. You know, the last game at Ibrox, young Rhys McCabe was given time and space to run the game. Closed down by Chris Commons. Good pressure from Commons. Terrific pass from Samaras. And the way of it is such that Hooper can hit it first time. Alan McGregor probably expecting that ball to go back across him. And Hooper just fizzes it into the near post. And that should just be about enough for Celtic.
What a goal. It's pretty much been a stroll in the park, this for Celtic. Lindley, and the flag stays down for Commons.
I just wonder who's deepest there. It might have been Lee Wallace. As he knows he can't get to Commons. Commons just bends his run. Well, I'll tell you what, he's well on.
Here's Kirkar just on. Unable to offer any resistance.
Did well to get in behind here. Gets a little break of the ball, but he knows when Yama is trying to make the block, has to lift it and can't quite find the angle.
McCullough's been clobbered by Louvens.
Well, that's the way Glenn Louvens has played Lee McCullough today. Got a bit of a battering from him at Ibrox, but he's given a bit back today.
Aluko! Nearly. Forster across.
Well, I think he's always going to that side. Fraser Forster.
Whittaker. McCullough. And offside against Kirkar. Couldn't score anyway.
Well, I just wonder whether it was Scott Brown that played it through. If it's Scott Brown, then he's onside. I think it's Scott Brown who knocks that through there. It's a challenge on the edge of the box. It is Scott Brown. He's onside. Should have been allowed to go.
Rangers are about to be put out of their misery, which has been considerable today. A performance of champions. Such a comfortable win for Neil Lennon's Celtic, and they level up the Old Firm series for the season.
Motherwell took a big step towards a place in next season's Champions League qualifiers with an emphatic win against Europe-chasing St Johnstone at Fir Park.
Chris Humphrey off and running, hitting good form for Motherwell in recent weeks. Running into Stephen Anderson, down he goes, and that's a penalty. The St Johnstone defender stumbled here, seemed to lose his footing, but the penalty given. It's Michael Higdon. It's 1-0. Inside 17 minutes, Alan Manus went the wrong way. Tom Haitley flicks it forward. Humphrey after it. Morris should have that under control. Humphrey gets the better of him and squares it for Nicky Law. What a start for Stuart McCall's team. 2 goals up in the 20th minute. Here's Humphrey. Tom Haitley picks himself up. And there's Jamie Murphy! Well, it could be game over already. And Murphy marks his return to the Motherwell starting lineup with goal number 3. In from Maybury, there's Riordan. And Marcus Haber is hauled down. by Sean Hutchinson, and the Perth team will have a chance to get themselves back in the game. Liam Craig with the responsibility, which he accepts. It's 3-1 now, just short of the hour mark at Fir Park. Oh, I think the afterburners are on here from Humphrey, racing away from everyone. Cuts it back for Oyama. It's 4-1. And St Johnstone simply couldn't cope with the searing pace of Humphrey. Here goes Enric Oyama again, the little Estonian, threatening more trouble for St Johnstone. Well, it was stopped by Alan Manis, but that has crept over the line. Make that 5-1.
The final round of the Bundesliga this weekend live on Setanta Sports, with Champions League places up for grabs and a relegation playoff. First up, champions Dortmund take on Freiburg. Cologne fight for survival against Bayern Munich, and Gladbach need a win at Mainz for a Champions League spot. Live Bundesliga this weekend on Setanta Sports. Experience the flair and the passion of South American football on Setanta Sports with live and exclusive coverage of the Argentine Primera Division. Watch 2 exciting and unpredictable matches from every round, featuring some of South America's footballing champions, including Boca Juniors. Plus, follow the season-long Apertura and Clausura tournaments. The Argentine Primera Division, live and exclusive on Setanta Sports. The SPL continues next weekend on Setanta Sports with a live Champions League double decider. On Saturday night, Motherwell travel to Ibrox for one of the biggest games in their history. And on Sunday night, it's Titanidice as Dundee take on champion Celtic. Live SPL next weekend on Setanta Sports. South American football with the Copa Libertadores on Setanta Sports. This Sunday, watch an all-Premier League FA Cup final live from Wembley. Experience the magic and tradition of the greatest cup final in football with 7-time winners Liverpool taking on 6-time winners Chelsea. The FA Cup final this Sunday, live on Setanta Sports.
Dundee United's hopes of catching third-placed Motherwell suffered a blow at Tannadice, with Scottish Cup finalists Hearts fighting back for a 2-2 draw.
Well by McGowan. Kenneth pushing out the midfield area. McGowan untightly that time. Here's Willow Flood. Giving it real leather. Of all people, Willow Flood for Dundee United.
His last goal was goal of the season, but what a strike. Must be 35 yards out. Poor header. Inviting to go and have a strike, and oh, it's a great strike.
There's McGowan. That's on the scent of an equaliser. Scatchell! They've levelled it. Rudy Scatchell.
It was a good ball into the box. I think they would have preferred if Beattie had been there. It's just, it's a good header by Scatchell across the goalkeeper, but there's not a lot of power on it, and I think they've all just left it thinking it's going to go by.
flood to take it. Who wants to finish it off? Gary Mackay-Steven! There's the answer to the question.
The boy in the post has come off very, very early. Oh, it's through his legs. It's a great strike from Gary Mackay-Steven.
There's Driver and now Suso. And a chase back for Rankin. United looking a bit exposed here. Suso. And it's David Templeton. Oh, Templeton off the woodwork. So near. It's a real let-up for Dundee United.
Yeah, another great run from Suso. Picks out Templeton. Does brilliant to cut inside and very unlucky to hit the bar.
Dundee United trying to make it 4 wins out of 4 against Hearts this season. They're on course to do that. Is there a way through here? Novi Kovas, and they come on the bench! It's an absolute howitzer of a goal! Arvidas Novi Kovas! He's been on the pitch for less than 3 minutes. And that is a way to stake a claim for a place in the Scottish Cup final.
I don't think he's going to leave if he can produce that every week. An absolute thunderbolt. Great goal. Maybe it gets to cut inside too easily, but what a strike and what a goal. We thought Willo Frud's was a great goal. This is a pick of the bunch.
Jim Jeffries' Dunfermline lifted their lingering hopes of SPL survival with their first home win of the season, beating Craig Brown's Aberdeen 3-0 at East End Park. It was the home team who went closest to scoring in the first half after Aberdeen keeper Jamie Langfield was adjudged to have picked up a pass back. He disputed the decision, but it offered a set-piece chance to Dunfermline. From the free kick, Martin Hardy's shot grazed the post. A good try from Hardy, which went through the legs of defender Mark Reynolds. Dunfermline made their big breakthrough 11 minutes after the interval. Winger Joe Cardle racing in behind the Aberdeen defence. Josh McGuinness went down, claiming he'd been fouled. Cardle kept his composure and scored. Delight for Dunfermline. Aberdeen looking for an offside flag, which wasn't happening. Cardle kept going, and although keeper Jamie Langfield got a hand to his shot, he couldn't keep it out. 1-0 Dunfermline. Midway through the second half, the relegation favourites scored again. Andy Kirk on the end of Cardle's free kick to make it 2-0. Kirk got away from Aberdeen defender Reynolds at the near post, and the faintest of touches enough to put the ball in the net. And a third goal for Dunfermline made sure they would end a long wait for their first home win of the season. Langfield getting away with a dodgy clearance, but 5E didn't get away with a crazy pass back on which Kirk capitalised to put the game to bed. A momentous result this for the Fifers after 9 months of the campaign without a win at East End Park. And still, it might not be enough to keep them in the SPL. Hibs are still very much in the drop zone with Dunfermline after losing to St Mirren and Paisley. They're only 3 points off the bottom.
Osborne, he's done well too. Was that a handball by McCausland? He could find his way into the referee's book now.
He dived in here with Osborne.
Kajabi. Left-footed cross, Doyle on the end of it, it's Doyle! What a save by Sampson! Well, Doyle got his effort on target this time.
Well, Sampson gets Lee Mayer out of jail here. Look at that for poor control, or was that a pass?
Thompson, good control from him. And now McGowan looking to pick up the space between the midfield and the attack. That's a good run by Tesselar, and pull back from McLean. Kenny McLean scores. It's his 4th goal of the season, and that will be a sore one for Hibernian.
And the double changes what Tesselar does so well. And when you expect a cross there, he just knocks it to the side for McLean. Look at that layoff there for Imrie. It allows Tesselar on the run to get that pass away to McLean.
St Mirren though on the break. Stevenson made the challenge, and I think he may well go into the book here too. Stephen Finney looked to play the advantage.
Stephen Finney quite right to pull that back and show Lewis Stevenson the yellow card.
Here is Sproul with his first touch. O'Donovan. Griffiths. Got by McCausland there, and Griffiths wins the free kick.
And McCausland has given him his 2nd yellow, and that sees him off.
Ivan Sproul, long it goes, looking for O'Donovan. Here's McGowan. McGowan taken down by Stevenson. And Stevenson has already been booked. It's a 2nd red card of the game, Lewis Stevenson. Sees a 2nd yellow and a red.
And McGowan does so well, buying a bit of time here. And look at that for a rash challenge.